Do you really know the meaning of the word Benin or Edo, or you are just someone living in the state without being informed? I'll tell you, but we can't talk about Edo without talking about Oba Ewari I, who was the 12th Oba of Benin. Before Oba Ewari I became the Oba of Benin, he faced a lot of challenges, even that of usurping from his younger brother. But I'll talk about that on my next episode about Oba Ewari personally. Note that I, as the narrator, am taking you back to 1400s AD. In 1400s, the land you see today that is called Edo State, Benin, was called Ubini, not just Benin. So the word Ubini, that was later called Benin, means the land of inexhaustible, the land of heavenly pageantry. This is the meaning of Ubini. So in Benin, the elders or the people would say, Ubini ni Mose, Ubini no Kwevu. So now, let's talk about how Edo came about. Edo as a word is a name among this part of West Africa called Benin, and it's often shared among the Edoid people in today's Edo State. This prince that became the 12th Oba was called Ogun. When there were some issues on ground in the palace, this Prince Ogun ran to one of his father's chief called Chief Ogefa. He wanted to seek refuge at his place. Chief Ogefa had a manservant called Edo. Note that the chiefs as at that time were also planning to unalive this Prince Ogun. Prince Ogun, being unaware that the Ogefa he ran to was among the list of people that wanted to unalive him. But Chief Ogefa, playing a role of a good man in the face of Prince Ogun, hid Prince Ogun in his house to stay for some time. He left the house and he went to inform the other chiefs that he had captured the prince they wanted to unalive. Edo, being the manservant of Chief Ogefa, knew too well that Chief Ogefa was not a good person in this case of history. So he quickly ran to free Prince Ogun from the place he was hidden, and he told Prince Ogun that, my master is trying to unalive you. He has gone to inform other chiefs and they will be here anytime soon. Not too long, Chief Ogefa returned with the other chiefs, but they soon realized that Prince Ogun already left the place he was kept. Now, who did this? Who freed Prince Ogun? Chief Ogefa knew that it was no other person than Edo. So for the fact that Chief Ogefa was embarrassed before his co-chiefs, he unalived Edo, taking off his heads from his shoulder because he knew that Edo has freed Prince Ogun. So many years go by. When Prince Ogun returned to Benin, he unalived his younger brother that usurped the throne earlier. He became the 12th Oba with the title Oba Ewari. He was very brutal. He became the first emperor of Benin because he started the expansion of Benin Kingdom into an empire. When he asked of the young man that saved his life in his earlier days because he wanted to reward him now that he's a king, unfortunately, he was told that the boy was unalived by his master, Chief Ogefa. So in pain and anger, the Oba pronounced the whole of the land to be named after the manservant of Chief Ogefa, and the land became known as Edo. So the name Edo has been standing since 1440 AD, becoming the name that unifies everyone you see in Edo State today. While for the word Benin, Ubini was the original word. Ubini was mispronounced by the earliest Portuguese as Benin. They removed the U and they wrote B-I-N-I, Benin. So in 2006, the father of this current revered monarch of Benin instructed that Benin should be spelled B-E-N-I-N instead of B-I-N-I. So wherever you want to write, whenever, please use the name B-E-N-I-N instead of the ways the Portuguese wrote it, B-I-N-I. So these two names, Edo and Benin, they've been standing since God knows when. In 1975, President Matthew Kerekou came to Benin from Dahomey to seek the consent of Oba Akenzwa II to allow him rename Dahomey after Benin Kingdom. So fortunately for President Matthew Kerekou, Oba Akenzwa II granted his wish. This was how Dahomey became Benin Republic. Due to mispronunciation or the language there, they started pronouncing it as Benin Republic. This is the magazine that announced it in the 70s that Dahomey would be called Benin Republic. So Edo as a word means to dwell, to be up and doing, to survive, to live. This is why in Benin, elders or the people might ask, what have you come to do in life? Or some people might ask, what are they doing there? And Edo as a word also appears in our greeting, like Wado, Do, Dodo. And there's a name called Adodo. It means to be living, to be doing, and to dwell. This is the meaning of Edo. So do as the original word was given a prefix E to make it sound Edo. This is how it came about. As you all know, August 1963, during the reign of Oba Akinzwa, Midwestern region was created following a plebiscite, and this region became a state in 1967. In 1976, it became Benin State, Benin and Delta, using the first three letters in Benin and the first three letters in Delta, Bendel, Benin State. With this piece of history,